Hello guys, welcome to Tech Freak Acts. On this tutorial, we're going to talk about HTML. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the bell button so that each time a video or a tutorial is being uploaded, you get a notification. Now, let's continue with our lesson. Topics to be covered in this lesson. 1. We have what is HTML5? Why learn HTML? Then we look at a practical example of an HTML. Explanation of the above practical, which we will be seeing. HTML tags. We have the starting and the closing. Some will say the opening and the closing. Okay, they are all the same. Now let's get back to what the first one. That's what's HTML 5. What is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. What it means is that it's a markup language, which means it's not exactly a programming language, it's a markup. Okay, it is easy and fun to learn. HTML is a structure of what? A web page. And when we say HTML5, HTML5 is the fifth and current major version of the HTML standard. Now let's take a look at a website, okay, or a page, an HTML page. Each time an HTML code is written, it is written and executed in a browser. Once you type it, you save it .html, that's the extension, then it runs in a browser. Now you can see this is a nice website, live in color. You can see it. Yeah, there's a website, and with this website we add up with what different kinds of languages and frameworks for it to look nicer. But for HTML, it's just a structure. Why learn HTML? It is essential to learn HTML if you want to build websites. You can't build one if you don't know HTML, because it is one of the prerequisites in learning other languages used for web development. Simply, what this means is that before you can be able to learn HTML, or during the learning of HTML and other languages, there are basic or fundamental needs that each website must get. Okay, so if it doesn't have it, you are not having a complete website. And every website, the skeleton part which makes it a website, the strongest part is the HTML. So the HTML is the basic and the most important part of every website, or a web developer who is developing a website should know an HTML. Okay, now let's take a look at how the coding language goes and how it's being done. Okay, we have doc type HTML, head. We also have the title. In between the two titles, there is a hello world. You have the head again, the body, and H1, which is saying the head. There's a heading, and there's a paragraph. I hope you all see this. Now, let's try and save this and see how it works. Okay, click on File. You go to Save As, because we want to have a specific extension. See, HTML. We make it index. Okay, index. Yeah, index, showing that that's the first page of every window. It tells us that it's the first. It tells the server That's the first page of every window. But now you're not working with servers, so let's just do this and let's drag this to the side. Now you could see you have the index document there. Finally, we created a website. Now let's compare the code and the web page that we just have over here. Hello world. You could see hello world on your title. Then with the body, everything in the body is also showing on the other side. Okay, we have doc type. It declares the document type as HTML5. Then you have HTML, which includes everything in an HTML document, which we have examples as what tags, styles, elements, and scripts and more. Okay, we also have what the head. The head is the element encloses the metadata of a document which will not be displayed in the main content of a web page. This includes style sheet, title, scripts, and more. Okay, it will not be displayed on the what the web browser. Okay, it's working, but it is not going to be displayed. Now let's take a look at more of the examples that we just saw. Here's another. We have the title. This an element. This element defines the title of a web page. It appears at the upper part of the browser, as we saw on our previous part of the video. That you could see wherever we wrote hello world, the hello world was showing in the Chrome browser at the upper part. Now we also have the body. Inside the body, as we also inside the body we wrote this is a paragraph, this is a heading, and we're seeing all those on the web page. Okay, that was the main content which was showing. Now we have the h1 element defines the headings. Okay, it tells that it's a heading. The p is for paragraphs. Okay, finally we are going to talk about HTML tags. When we say HTML tags, are element names surrounded by angle brackets. In HTML, we start and end tags. Now let's look at an example. These are examples of the HTML tags. Starting tags are also known as opening tags. Example, you have the p tag, you have the h1, then the I tag. The p tag is also known as the paragraph. The h1 is for headers. Then the I is for italic. There are more. Now let's talk about the end tag. The end tags are also known as the closing tags. We have the paragraph closing, that's the p tag. Then we also have the h1 closing. Then the I tag, which is also the closing. Okay. Now guys, this is where we end our first introduction to HTML. We will continue on our lesson on how to. On our next lesson, we are going to talk about HTML editors. HTML editors. So please, if you haven't subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that when this tutorial is being uploaded, you'll be the first person to get it. All these tutorials by Tech Freak Art was sponsored by Ines Computers, and Ines Computers is the best computer company ever. For their services, you could see their contacts over there. You can contact them for any problem. They'll just service it for you. Until then, see you. Bye bye.